Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to dust off the old TCG player and Excel sheet because we're going to take a look at Spy Family pricing. Now, this was an interesting one because we had a booster box, trial deck, and a Meister set. We haven't seen it in some time. If you don't remember the Meister set, I did an opening with my sister on here. These things seem to be really generous with what people are showing that they're getting. Some people are not getting all the greatest stuff, but you'll find SECs, you'll find SPs inside of here, which is pretty nice. Overall, this release did pretty well. Outside of, if you're looking on the screen right now, you're going to see the booster box sitting currently at $44.93. So, was it worth it to buy the Spy Family release? Well, what I did here was try to figure out what you're going to find inside of the booster box. So what you're going to see right away right here is the SECs. If you have not seen the SECs, then you can always check out my video. I did it on the JP version. I showed you all the cards. But right here are the different ones. You got Loid, you got Anya. That's very nice. And as you can see, Yor is sold out. Currently, Loid has 5 and Anya has 3. That's going unsold on TCG Player at the moment. Now, what I did here was I took the average of those and we end up with 378.33. Likewise, what I did here was take a look at the booster box SPs. Remember, there are SPs inside of the trial deck, so I filtered them out. If you don't know what they look like, here they are right for you. Remember, the trial decks are the ones that say TE right here. I can't highlight that, but it says TE, and it's the one that have the character signatures on them. They didn't have the voice actress ones. Those were the booster box versions. So as you can see here, there were 6, and I'm going to flash here. I got the average, and the average comes out to be $158.78. Next, you have your Spy Rares. These were really good looking, and it reminded me of the different ones that you saw on Kaguya Love is War. So here they are. There were none in the trial deck, so all these are straight from the booster box. You can see your here was your special one. If you haven't noticed, people really like them. Your cards, they are actually super pretty. If you haven't seen them, check them out. But you could definitely see what's listed here as in availability, right? This Anya's 6, you have your 5, and then you start seeing higher numbers for some of the other ones, right? So we have Twilight as 12. We have Full Family 14. But why I said they remind me of the Kaguya ones because they have some chibi art going on, right? Like you have this Yor here that is not chibi art, but then if I flash one over to Twilight, you got this. And that's what was happening on those ones that we saw with Kaguya. Now, going back here to the average, let's just take a look here. The average for the Spy Rares comes out to be $38.90. So not too bad. I mean, it's definitely being carried by the Anya and Yora. The rest of them are roughly 50, 40, 30. So there's a 6 down here. What's the 6 one? Classmates. I believe that is our 2. There we are. There, that's our 2 classmates. We got Anya and Damien over there. But overall, 38.90. So if I show you all these different numbers, it doesn't seem like that bad of an actual case that's going on. We have case-specific drop rates, and I will show you that here. So case rate 1 is 2 SP and 6 Spy Rares. That comes out to 551.02. 551.02. Case rate number 2. What we end up getting here is 1 SEC, 2 SP, and 5 Spy Rares. This is estimated in every 3 cases, which makes sense because that's what you saw on the JP side. You had 1 master case having 1 secret, and that totals out to be $890.44. Again, this is on average is what this is going to happen with this. But I mean, if you happen to get your every time, I mean, you're sitting pretty. You're doing very well. But that's not the end of it, right? We know that inside of the booster box, there's going to be triple rares. There's gonna be super rares. I didn't do that here. What I went with is the easy ones, which is the double rares, because of course, if you open a whole case of this, you will be able to get play sets, right? You'll get double rares that people want. And apparently, a lot of people want this telepath girl, Anya, because of course it is playable. I remember seeing somebody, I feel like on Facebook or somewhere saying, somebody bought 12 of these double rares. And they're wondering if there's somebody out there jacking up the market or anything like that. But I will show you, as of February 3rd, which is literally today. Someone bought 3 of these at $20.99. So if there was somebody out there that jacked it up, very successful. If there was just people out there that wanted to buy it for multiple decks or friends and all that, why wouldn't you do it all in one order? So that's what is occurring here. This thing was down there in the 8s, 9s, 7s, 6s. It was going, and this thing was bought up. So there you go. People do play this game and want these actual cards. I mean, the Yor is, I would say, right behind, but it's $10. So there's the huge difference between 20 and 10. I didn't click into the actual cards to see the pricing. I just took them at face value. This is just a quick once and done kind of take a look at it. So anyways, down here we got the average being 5.42. All right, a play set of double rare only is $217.08. So you could pretty much say, is it the fact that people are buying less of this stuff, or is this more wanted? I mean, you can make that argument if you want. I'm not going to say right here, but when you take a look at the double rare playset value, even just the Anyas alone, right? If you just want to sell these things for 80 bucks, add it on to this one. You're doing very well. Right here, if you add 80 on there, that puts us at, what is that, $631 roughly. And it's not too far, right? You got triple rares, you got super rares. So if you get the normal rate, which is that 2 SPs, no SEC, you're not too bad, especially if you just take and sold play sets of this stuff. That was where it is. I think this is one of those sets that you did pretty well when it came to this one. If you could sell everything, right? There's an if, and again, that's an average overall. Now, taking a look at the trial deck. The trial deck, as mentioned before, did not have any sort of signatures on there. No surprise, again, yours is the best one out of the 4 that we had going on. I just used the name of the first word. If you're wondering why it says fake, it's not actually because it's a fake card. It's really just the name on the card, which is right here. Fake family, Loid and Anya and Yor. So what I did with some of these, if you're going to notice, is I took the price it currently is at. If it sold out, I added more. If it didn't sell any, I took some dollars off of it where I think it would actually sell at. So Yor, I put it at 441. Yes, 441. Fake family, I had at 275, which you can see right here, it sold out. And if I click into here, the last time it sold was 250. So you know what? I was like, whatever shows up, you could say 275, you could say 300. That's where the pricing comes from. Average overall is $297.75. So inside a trial deck case, you're going to see 2 SPs, which comes out to be roughly $600, right? Just round it up, $600. Was this worth to get? You could tell me, was it worth it? Let me just flash back here one more time for you. If you get the Yor, it's sold. If you get the fake family, it's sold. If you get Twilight, did it sell? No. Did you get anything with Anya here? Did it sell at any point? No. I mean, again, remember when I say this, you go on Facebook, it sells there. When you go out to, let's say, Strictly Broken, they potentially have sold some. So just because TCGPLAYER has it up here unsold doesn't mean that's actually true. But when you take a look at this, being that, and again, I know it's an average, if you got, let's say, Loid plus anything else, I guess, outside of Yor, maybe not worth it. So this is the danger with this trial deck. You're going to see this danger when it comes to other sets upcoming. Licorice Recoil is just a danger overall, but what about Chainsaw Man, right, for the trial deck? We'll see. And then, of course, right, you could go and sell some displays of trial decks depending on how it went, right? If you pulled the Yor right away, did you have any incentive to trade for the other trial deck SP inside of there? I don't know. Probably not. I probably wouldn't do that. But so the trial deck could have been worth it. It might not have. This is one of those ones I was cautioning people on my channel member video that maybe you don't, unless you really, really love it and want to pull it yourself. Right. Lastly, what we got here are your Meister sets. So inside of the Meister set, what you are going to see, let me just flip back here one more time. You're going to get this special PR pack. You're going to get a playmat. You are going to get 10 booster boxes, and you get this lovely storage box. So what I did here was find out the little pieces of them. if you take the retail value, I don't even know what retail value of a booster box is, but let's say I did $65 is what I put it at. There's 16 packs in there, and then multiply it by 10. We end up with $40.63. This bothers me. I don't know. Make that 60. There we go. $40.63. Play mat. Normally they're like $20, right? So $20. PR pack. I put it at $5 because that's what they currently sold at. There is one. Let me just show you. Let me just not just say it. What we have here is Anya with a penguin, together with Penguin Anya. And you can see there's a foil version here, there's a Meister version here, and then there is this other one. Now, if I go back here to the Meister one, this is, let's see. I generally question if this is actually right. I know it says Meister, but people selling it at $5 seems wrong to me. But it is what it is. I don't really know. It specifies Meister on here. So we got $5. I feel like this is wrong. There's no way this is it. But I put it at $5. This could be $15 if you really want. Yes. Basically, what this number represent, this $85 is, let's say, the intrinsic value of this Meister set. I know $80 was where majority of sellers were selling at. I was sitting there at like 60, 65 seems okay to me because for me, I don't really value the deck box all that much. The PR, like I said before, I know people have it at 15, but they were selling a lot at 5. But going by my thing, I said before, what I was saying earlier with the SPs and all that, I guess you could make the argument it should be 15, but there's none that sold it. So I think the next price up should be 10. Right, and that gives you $70. You could also say the pack price doesn't make sense given that this thing is 65 a box. Some people say it's less than that, and you can mix and match, but that's where I end up with 60, 65. If I ever see these Meister sets down in the 50s, I think it's totally worth it. Again, with how generous people have been getting, right? Like people have been getting SPs. I've seen people with Spy Rares, people with SECs in there. Thinking about it, right? If you could pull an SEC from a Meister set, and knowing that a Meister set is not a Meister set, a SEC is one in about every 3 cases, and you really wanted a SEC, it might be worth it to go get a Meister set if you didn't have enough for an entire 3 cases. I guess you could say that about anything, really, but I feel like the chances of getting something good out of a Meister is better. And don't quote me on that. Like, if you're gonna spend your money, you do what you're gonna do. But like, if you think of a Meister set at $50 with all the possibility in the world, as long as you know the people didn't actually pull the good stuff out of like a case of Meisters, then it's probably solid. $50 is great. Definitely a price to pull them in at. But that's where I am on the Meisters. I will say, just going back here to the PRs, that some of this is messed up. I don't know what the deal is with this one with the foil. I know this one's the Meister one. This one has a code of S. I know you get this one from shop tournaments. The funny part is this one's sitting at $20 when it's not even foil. Like $20. I'm not gonna even click it, because if I click it, I'm gonna say things that I shouldn't say, and I'm not gonna do that. You can feel free to go in there and click it all you want and make any sort of judgment on there that you want. But I will say these promos overall, right? Like the tournament store assist packs, they're still pretty good. So again, if you can buy product from a place that offers these tournament store assist packs, definitely worth doing. As you can see, this your right here. I know there's only one sale of $18, but still, it'd be nice, right? You just drop the price on it. It'll be good. It'll be fine. But it's more value for purchasing and helping out an actual LGS. There's ways to get around that, but yeah, there's purchasing from an LGS is really nice, right? Help out your local places. The thing I didn't show yet was here the super rares. You can just take a look at the super rares. They're not all that high. as you can see here, right? The highest one we got here is Hospital Staff Fiona, $8.75. Everything else down there, down in the threes. Triple rares here. There are some expensive ones. We got a $10 one, a $15 one, and the rest is under $5. The booster boxes, real quick, I just want to mention this because $44.93. If you just take a look at it, we have a lot of supply. There's 25, but if you take a look, there is a lot of booster boxes out there. Right, this whole page has sellers under $55, and I think there's 10 a page. Yeah, 10 a page. We got 10 a page, and if you just add up all the booster boxes, there's a decent amount of supply. Not also counting the fact that Bushiroad had it on sale early during Anime Festival Asia and Anime NYC 2023. Did that contribute in any way to all those numbers? I mean, you let me know what you think about that. Overall, I think the set turned out pretty well, minus the booster boxes, but that happens with Weiss Schwarz, right? It'll bounce back at some point. Just watch out if you were to go look for sealed product. I will say that one more time, as I've always have done. It's just what you want to do is take a look at all the different places people sell stuff and make sure that if they have a trial deck SP for sale or a booster box SP for sale, you just check a different website and see if the name somewhat matches what you see in these other places, because you don't have to sell all on the same place in order to offload your dead product, okay? Right? There's a reason why some of these trial decks are $15.73. There's definitely a reason why. And booster boxes down where they are. So as always, if you need to reach me for any reason, my contact information is down below in the description. TCG player link is down there as well. So again, as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.